the puck drops, the words DC fans have been waiting to hear since 1974. The Washington Capitals are your 2018 Stanley Cup champions. It's not a dream, it's not a desert mirage, it's Lord Stanley, and he's coming to Washington. This is one paragraph I will never forget. It brings a massive smile to my face every time I hear it, and maybe even a tear or two. This call was by the voice of the Washington Capitals, John Walton, as the Capitals won the Stanley Cup back in 2018. This call may just be underwhelming for regular people, but for Washington Capitals fans, it means so much more. Let me give you some context. The Washington Capitals joined the NHL in 1974. For the first 8 seasons, they failed to make it to the playoffs. After that, the team made it to the playoffs 14 years in a row, even making it to the Stanley Cup Finals, where they were swept by the powerhouse Detroit Lions 4-0. After 23 seasons, the Capitals were labeled as chokers who couldn't finish in the playoffs. A few years after that, the Capitals won the NHL draft and drafted Russian superstar Alex Ovechkin. 15 years into his time with the Capitals, losing to the rivals, the Pittsburgh Penguins, 2 years in a row, the Capitals had finally had enough. The next season, the Capitals finished first in the Metropolitan Division with 105 points and set themselves up against the Columbus Blue Jackets in the first round of the playoffs. The Capitals won the series 4-2 with 4 goals by captain Alex Ovechkin. The Capitals were set to face their rivals, the Pittsburgh Penguins, for the 3rd season in a row in round 2. Caps fans everywhere dreaded this after the past few years' results. After a Game 5 win for the Capitals, they had the Penguins on the brink of elimination and knew they wouldn't go down without a fight. The game was even the whole time and went into overtime, where the Capitals' Evgeny Kuznetsov went on a breakaway and scored with a shot through Marc-Andre Fleury's legs to win it. While this was only round 2, it felt like winning the Cup for the Capitals, after years of being tormented in the second round, especially by the Penguins. Next up for the Capitals was Tampa Bay Lightning in the conference finals. This was the first time the Capitals had faced elimination in these playoffs, and they handled it with ease. Braden Holtby, the Capitals goaltender, stood on his head during Games 6 and 7, recording 2 shutouts and helping the Capitals advance to their second Stanley Cup Finals. This finals was historic for both teams. The Capitals had their chance to win their first Stanley Cup Final, and the Vegas Golden Knights had their chance to win their first Stanley Cup Final, but in their first season as a team. Washington managed to win Game 2, 3-2, after a spectacular save by Braden Holtby, later to be known as the save. 1 game away from winning the Cup, Game 6 began with a goal from speedster Jacob Vrana and a slapshot goal from Alex Ovechkin, after a sensational pass from Nicholas Backstrom. The Knights made a run to keep their season alive, scoring 3 before the end of the second. The Capitals knew this was their chance and scored 2 goals before the end of the third, going up 4-3. After an icing call by Lars Eller with 2 seconds left, the puck dropped and the Capitals spilled out on the ice. Gloves and sticks were flung up in the air as the Washington Capitals had finally won the Stanley Cup. Each Capital had a huge role in them winning the Cup. Alex Ovechkin had 15 goals in 24 playoff games, more than any other player, which led him to win the Conn Smythe, the most valuable player in the playoffs. Evgeny Kuznetsov led the team in points, tallying 12 goals and 20 assists. Nicholas Backstrom missed 4 games with a hand injury and still managed 18 assists. TJ Oshie, Devontae Smith-Pelly, and Lars Eller provided timely goals vital to winning the Cup. John Carlson, Matt Niskanen, Dmitry Orlov, Michael Kempny, and Christian Djoos locked down the defense, while Brooks Orpik provided a veteran presence. Andrei Burakovsky and Jacob Vrana brought plenty of speed with their young age and agility. Tom Wilson had a big hitter and made every team tremble in his presence. Chandler Stevenson, Brett Connolly, and Jay Beagle didn't produce very many points, but they were key in developing plays. Even though some players didn't get a chance to play in the final game, many more helped out throughout the playoffs and in the regular season. Lastly, all the staff, from the coaching staff to the athletic trainer, made tremendous contributions to the team. Each fan had their own reason for this win being special. For me, I had a few reasons. I never experienced a championship after 17 years of being a DC sports fan, and it just so happened to be my favorite team. Additionally, the Capitals had helped me through some rough times. Throughout middle school and the beginning of high school, I was very depressed. I had very few friends and spent most of my time by myself. The Capitals were one of the main reasons that got me through that funk. I was obsessed with them and would watch every game. I tried to attend every game my wallet could manage. I'd also make the trip down to Arlington to watch them practice, even meeting a few of the players. While that phase of my life is gone, I'm still a huge Capitals fan, and seeing the Capitals finally win the Cup flooded me with happiness. I even got to see the Stanley Cup in person in a few events. Winning the Cup had also broken something DC sports fans refer to as the curse. No major sports team in the district had won a championship since the Redskins Super Bowl in 1991. There were over 100 seasons throughout the major four sports teams with no championships. After 107 seasons, the Capitals broke the curse. A year and a half later, the Washington Nationals won the DC baseball team won their first World Series. While not a major sports team, DC's WNBA team, the Washington Mystics, won their first championship. While no team has won since the Nationals, COVID-19 has mangled the sports world, and once things go back to normal, every DC team has a chance to be a contender. The words DC fans have been waiting to hear since 1974. I could not have said it better myself. After being tormented by playoff losses year after year, the Capitals fans and players rejoiced. The Caps marched through the playoffs, including a key win against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Every player and staff member helped the Caps to the Cup victory. This win meant a lot for me and for other fans around DC and around the nation, finally breaking the curse.